No perfect. Don't forget to come out your back. Body on check, check, check. I gotta know my in the perfect them. No need no problem. Passing over. I don't need to break the door. Machine, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you there. I don't want to hear it. I don't like how you want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you there. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see you in nobody, 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 nobody. I want to be with nobody, 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 nobody. Which is a word you know me, and they say fine, you hold it, yeah. Me, I know you don't need, I say with this orgy, anywhere me, I don't go, yeah. I'm only you, and I want that well. So go ahead, shine, baby, my rose, oh yeah, cause if you are money, if you are never know, I could prove my love, I will be with all. I don't wanna hear it. I don't wanna hear you name it. I don't wanna hear it. I don't let go, I keep it together. I don't wanna hear it. I don't wanna hear you name it. I don't wanna see you in nobody, 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 nobody.
Okay, good afternoon. Nobody by DJ Neptune, Joe Boy, and Mr. Easy. I am super excited to be coming your way again today on PF Things. How are you? And how is everything with you? I want to believe that you guys are fine and everything is going down well with you. Please keep safe. Where's my nose mask? It's somewhere here. Right, I keep it with me all the time. Please, let's stay safe and ensure that you hand sanitize everywhere you go. Ensure that you do your steaming inhalation. Ensure that you take your vitamin C, D, and zinc if possible. God will keep us safe, and but we must keep ourselves safe as well. Well, I ended a session yesterday on a threesome, right? And the three important keys you need to master this year. And I talked about the power to ask, the power to seek, and the power to knock. I want to thank you all because I'm glad that some of you are finding it very, very useful. And wow, someone is saying praise. Why are you not talking a lot about relationship this year? Well, relationship is my thing. That's my call. That's all I'm going to do this year. But working with a lot of people last year, I realized that many people had a bit of a financial challenge. A lot of families were stressed out. And one consistent thing I found out from many crises I found, especially, marital crisis, that it had to do with money. Now, one of the other things I found in the fact that many of them couldn't really make ends meet was the fact that they all hated selling. And I keep wondering why people hate selling. But then it dawned on me that many years ago, I also never used to sell. I hated to sell because I associated selling with rejection. And I hate it when people say no to me. So consistently, I found out that as many people that wanted to, create a stressless life, because finances is one of the major stressors in many relationships. You need to master the power of selling. Now, once you master selling, because nothing gets sold until you sell it, right? Once you master it, then at least you can afford the basic things, that will reduce the stress in your relationship. Of course, we know that money is not everything, but money is a lot, especially when it comes to relationship. You need money to pay school fees. You need money to do a whole lot of things. So that's why I am starting this way. And that's why we have run the Goal Scoring Masterclass early in the year. We're running another one. It's usually 3 days in class with me, and Fisayo Konsoya and Tade Cash. You don't want to miss the next session. Like I said yesterday, if you want to attend that class, it's an 80,000 naira class, right? 3 days. It will show you your patterns in the last 10 years. It will show you your areas of failures. It will show you self-sabotaging patterns. Then it will help you uninstall some of the sabotaging behaviors you have. It will show you why you don't meet your financial goal and every goal you set and the patterns that sabotage you. Then we will help you set the next 10 years, the year 2030, year 2031, thereabout. Then we will break it down to 2021 and what you need to do. differently. Trust me, guys, if you go online and check Google what is happening in the year, what will happen in the year 2072, 2080, you will find information there, which means some people have gone ahead to create that future. When we get there and they begin to rule us, we begin to say they want to kill us, they want to kill us. No, you have the power to create the future you want. Trust me, you have that power. And that is the way many of the top guys you think about, that's the way they live. And that's why I always say to people, you want to be part of the 1%, or at worst case scenario, you want to be among the 20% who govern 80% of the resources. So today, I am looking at the subject prospecting. I'm going to start it. I'm not going to finish it today. Most likely I will do it tomorrow. Can I do tomorrow? Maybe I'll do tomorrow evening because I'll be in class. I am training an entire organization tomorrow through Friday on goal scoring, right? But we'll start with prospecting today. Now, I know that is one word that a lot of people hate, because you hate to go to people you don't know, people you have never met, because you are afraid of hearing no from them. But let me tell you, no is a good word, right? No at least means that the person has mastery over themselves. But no is not often no. The no can mean yes later, because many of us, when we're growing up in our teenage years, you remember that the first time you went to talk to your girlfriend, she said no to you. You prospected her, you made a call, she said no, right? But you persisted, you didn't give up, you went again and again and again till she eventually said yes. That is basic marketing. If you have ever done that before, then you can sell, right? If you have ever gone to meet your parents to ask for school fees, and they ended up paying exactly what you asked for, that is marketing. So when people say they don't like to sell, I don't understand what they're talking about. If you have ever asked a woman out before, that is selling. A lot of people don't know that in talking to your spouse, you're actually selling. So when people want to take their husband and say, well, I know what you are going to say, but I will still say my own. Yet you don't want to win, right? Because you're already in your mind defeated yourself to say, well, let me just say it for saying sake. And that's the way many of us sell. You just type anything for typing sake. You just, say, I'm giving my information for giving sake. So if you like, take it. At least, I have done my part. No, that's not the way. What is the intention? If you have an intention in mind, then you will be intentional in how you prospect and how you write your sales copy. And what have you? Brian Tracy says, approach each customer with the idea of helping him or her solve a problem or achieve a goal, not of selling a product or service. A lot of people overrate the name of their product, overrate the name of their service. You think because it can help people, then people should buy it, right? So you think because he has a funny name, everybody should buy it. I'm selling gold scoring, I can change your life, blah, blah, blah. Everybody should buy it. No, people are not going to buy it. There are things they're looking for, because people, they need to take decisions based on how, it benefits them and how it affects their bottom line. So you need to understand that, number one, until clear about who truly needs the solution you offer, you are shadow boxing. A lot of people, they don't feel the vibe of the market. They just throw out a product and expect to buy. No, the market is very, very emotional. The market is not for you, right? Until you can make a connection between the emotion of the market with the product you're selling, right? And that's why some people sell some terrible products, but they are still able to convert. And that's where I'm going to say at this junction, it is not every product you can sell through what do you call it now, social media marketing. You need to understand that. As a matter of fact, there are people who don't do social media marketing and they sell out, right? All they do is they track the decision maker. There is someone somewhere who can issue a command and everybody will patronize you, right? It's called endorsement. So you need to figure out what works for you. Now, when you begin to make a lot of money, then you can invest in social media, because if you offer a product that's cost 200,000 and you do Facebook ad or whatever it is, what's the other one, Instagram ad, and you do that, the product is 200,000, but we don't know you, nobody has ever seen you before, we don't know who you stand for, we are not going to trust you with 200,000 simply because you did a sales copy or whatever. No, people is still about relationship, right? And you need to understand that. Now, when you make a lot of money through one-on-one and you have now perfected that, then you can, do social media marketing. Because what I see consistently is people belabor themselves, they waste a lot of money. I've wasted money before. Let us do Facebook ad, let us do Instagram. There is nothing wrong with that, and trust me, I do it. But over time, I have realized that many people pitch it to you, they've not mastered how to convert through that. They'll just tell you, they don't even check your brand out to know whether you're an established brand, an emerging brand, or an unknown brand. They just say to you, okay, when we do it this way, you convert. You may not convert anybody, and you may feel very bad, right? But what I always say to people, if you master prospecting, you can now scale it up or spice it up using social media marketing. So until you're clear about who you truly need the solution you offer, you are just shadowboxing. Number two, the prospect is not interested in buying. Listen to me. The prospect is not interested in buying. I mean, having sold for 19 years of my life, creating all kinds of courses, creating an entire sector in Nigeria and Africa, I understand what it means. I've made a lot of mistakes, trying to break through into the market, right? Because, for 7 years, the market did not touch me with a pole. They didn't want to hear what I wanted to say because I was selling what they didn't think was necessary. Who goes around to say to churches or to say to people, buy a product on child sexual abuse prevention? People live in denial. They say, no, my child is covered by the blood of Jesus and things like that. But I learned through that, to say this is what works. And for someone who has a background in toasting prostitutes out of prostitution, you know how difficult that could be. To talk prostitutes out of prostitution, what I did was basically sell it. I sold them back to themselves and sold a higher them to them for them to quit prostitution, and went to my work with over 300 commercial sex workers in one of the most notorious streets called Good Evening Street in Nigeria. So I know what I'm saying, and you need to listen. Right. The prospect is not interested in buying. The prospect is interested in becoming happy. So if you can make a connection between how your product can make the customer happy, then you are in business. If your approach is assisting people become happy, then you will discover what every prospect need. Because many of us, we do not pay attention to what the customer is saying. So even when the customer is raising an objection, we are so fixated in superimposing our will, and we even get angry, right? So when you're talking to your husband or you're talking to your wife and you get angry because you are not getting through to them, no, something is wrong. Is a feedback that there's no rapport, because everything is possible in the presence of rapport. If you get angry because the prospect says no to you, then you are not interested in actually selling that product. Because if the prospect raises an objection, your joy, you should be able to agree with them. I agree with you. Then you ask another question, because you are supposed to guide them and lead them to that point where they say yes to what they would have said no to. Okay, so prospects are always around you, but oftentimes you are blind to them because you can't connect your solution to their critical need. They have critical need. They want to be happy. They want the children to turn out right. They want to have a happy marriage. They want to, make money. They want to stay alive. Imagine if someone comes out with a solution to coronavirus that is not a vaccine, and say this tablet solves. There was a tablet that was that they said can prevent the virus and cure the virus last week. I sent my driver to go get it, and he got it for 13 naira per tablet. Right at that time, someone said to me, but this product used to be free. Someone else got it for 10 naira in Jaws. By the following day, right, it was going for 15 naira per tablet. By this next week, it was going for 100 naira. By the third day of the following week, the product was no longer available, right? That is how things work. That a rumor can actually sell out any product. Rumor has it. So prospects are around you, but you need to open your eyes to see them. They're always around you. But many of us, we don't understand them because they don't write prospects on their head. Life is about relationship. And your decision to accord people the highest form of treatment at every time we open doors to you. Make it a point of duty not to fight people dirty. Make it a point of duty to always respect people, to seek to understand them. Make it a point of duty to accept people without raising objection, and to seek to love them unconditionally, right? Because if you are that person, I say to people, there's nothing to lose for treating people right, but there's a lot to lose for treating them badly, right? So make it a point of duty to always treat the people in your life with the highest form of regard that you can give. So you need to understand that you cannot go wrong with all. And the door always opens to the man who is always looking for what to give as against what to get. So when you ask yourself, what do I have to give my market? What do I have to offer my people today? Don't be that person who comes all the time and ask and ask and ask. That's the only time you remember the people. I was writing every day. I mean, every day of my life, I've written a daily devotional in the last 13 years. Every day, right? And for many of those days, I never asked for anything. But every time I ask to say, I have the solution, you need to plug into it, I had a lot of people buy from me. Why? Because it was John Maxwell that says a leader must first show a heart before asking for a hand. Many of us, we are like leech. A leech has two daughters. Give are their names. So you cannot just come all the time and you want to collect money from people. What exactly do you have to offer them? So you cannot go wrong when you learn to honor people, because you can never tell where your product is going to be mentioned and where your name is going to be mentioned, right? It will people say, oh, wow, you need to patronize that guy because it's very nice. So the more you prospect, the more you increase the people you can serve. And the richest man is often the one who serves the highest number of people. Bill Gates, when he was richest, he served the highest number of people with Windows, right? Mark Zuckerberg, he served the highest number of people with what do you call it, Facebook. Elon Musk is serving the highest crowd right now, migrating people to Mars, with his Tesla and SpaceX. You can look out for them. You will find out that the man who serves the most people. So if you were the one who provided toothpaste for 5 million people every day, you will sell out. You'll be rich easily. So the more you prospect, the more you increase the people you can serve. And the richest man is often the one who serves the highest number of people. So what is prospecting? Prospecting is the art, that's my definition, is the art of connecting with the people you truly love, discovering their critical needs, assisting them get the best deal that makes everyone happy. I'll take that again. I have defined prospecting as the art of connecting with the people you truly love, discovering their critical need, and assisting them get the best deal that makes everyone happy. I tell people it's the best gymming session that I know. You need to undergo it to earn your 9-pack income or 6-pack income. So a lot of people, if you look at that definition critically, is the act of connecting with the people you truly love. Question: do you truly love the people? Are you truly interested in them, or you're interested in their money? I know a lot of people love crowd, but they don't love the people, because they know the crowd gives them money, but they don't love the people. Let me tell you, if you don't love the people, you'll be found out eventually. Because when you don't have the love of people in your heart, you cannot innovate solutions that will affect the entire world. If you are the fond of segregating some people, so for example, if you hate Muslim as a Christian, you will lose the market of Muslims, and that market is huge, right? If you don't see every human being as man made in God's image, you would realize that your product will be subjective, because the customer is like a spirit. You don't dishonor him behind his back and pretend before him, you will still lose his money. So it's an act of connecting with the people you truly love. When you see everyone that comes your way as people you truly love, as how can I help the whole world? How can I solve the problem of marital crisis? How can I solve the problem of child abuse? How can I solve the problem of hunger? If that is at the back of your mind, you are already in business. So you need to connect with the people you truly love. Everyone becomes like your lost long cousin that is just coming back. You are connecting with them. You are discovering their critical need. From that, you will know the prospecting is asking questions. It's not opening your mouth and just saying whatever you want to say. You are asking questions, because you, in your prospecting, you need to be able to show, what is wrong. You need to be able to show how their life can improve by patronizing you, right? You need to discover the critical needs, and you need to assist them get the best deal that makes everyone happy. You need to understand that closure is about helping the client get the best deal that makes everyone happy. If you are happy and the customer is unhappy, right, you have still lost, because they're never going to come back to you. So you need to understand that, one, prospecting is your access to unlimited wealth. I tell people, play it like a game. Prospect to everyone, everywhere you can see them. Write about what you're selling. Make it emotional. Put your life story, because people like to listen to stories, right? Prospecting is your access to unlimited wealth. Prospecting is your gateway to ultimate influence and power. If you are fond of prospecting, now there's a protocol of prospecting, because you can't. One guy came to me and he wanted to sell insurance to me, I think life insurance or something like that. By the time he mentioned the money he wanted me to ask, it didn't look like the money at all. It didn't look like someone that has touched that kind of money before. He himself does not have life insurance policy. So I just knew that they just sent him. Everything he was saying was what they told him. And I knew he was not qualified to sell what he was selling, right? Prospecting is your gateway to unlimited influence and power. Prospecting is your key to becoming the favorite solution provider to everyone. That I tell people that effective marketing is when your clients become your marketers, that your product is so good, the way you treat them is so good that they begin to recommend you to other people. That's why there must not be a difference between you that they paid or you that they didn't pay. You must be able, you need to understand that if you're a service provider, you are selling yourself every time you show up. So there is nothing like what they paid me was low and that was why I gave a low service. No, you can never tell who is watching. Many of my clients, I got them by referral, not because I went to market them. I didn't even know many of them, right? Especially the ones outside the country, because one good service delivered, one is the law of goodwill clause that says old customers will return to the old place with new customers. So we must all learn to treat people right. It's a behavioral thing, right? So you can't just be nice because you want my money, then I leave and you forget absolutely about me. Prospecting is your passcode to unlimited wealth. Prospecting is the school that helps you overcome rejection and survive anywhere you go. Let me tell you this, if you master sales and marketing, you can survive in any continent of the world and in any nation of the world, because you would have dealt with shame. You are no longer fixated on they said no to me, or you don't now equate the rejection of your product to a rejection of your person. A lot of us hate rejection, and that's why we hate to sell. When people show up consistently, they say, I want to work with you. I tell them, you know, what I do is sales and marketing. They say, no, I want to join you to go and speak. They just want to hang around me. Let me tell you, if you are the type, I mean, when I see people and they say, oh, you know, my product is not selling, and some other people are saying, I am broke. I said, why don't you approach people, right? Approach people and tell them, negotiate 40%. You don't need to pay me anything. I will sell this product for you. I want 40% of whatever I bring in. You're already in business. You can sell, be an affiliate marketer to several people. So when people say they are broke, what I'm hearing is, I cannot prospect and I cannot sell. Prospecting is a school that helps you overcome. There is something it does to you. You overcome rejection and you develop the muscle to survive anywhere you go. Prospecting is your disguised exam that qualifies you for access into the life of kings and royalties. If you are fond of prospecting effectively, you will find your way to the top easily. Check people like Jim Rohn, check people like Anthony Robbins. They started from the lowest rung of the ladder, but what took them to the highest level is their ability to sell and prospect. You know that you are in the business of people. You are not in the business of things. My mentor taught me that people are opportunities. They are not interruption. So don't talk to them anyhow. Don't treat them anyhow, because prospecting is the disguised exam that qualifies you for access into the life of kings and royalties. A woman came to sell to Jesus. What was she selling? Jesus, heal my son. Now, Jesus responded as a prospect. And Jesus said, it is not good to give what belongs to the children to dogs. So, I mean, invariably, Jesus literally said, you are a dog or your son is a dog. But the woman was an excellent salesperson. She agreed with him and she said, oh, but Jesus, even what comes out of the table, the crumbs, right? Dogs sometimes eat it. If you know crumbs and bread, you will know that the same material that was used to produce bread is the same material in the crumb. So invariably the crumb is bread, right? And Jesus looked at her and God sold and gave her the solution that she was looking for. So you need to learn not to be offended. You need to understand that it's an exam. You need to pass it. It's a people exam. Now, I will round up today by saying to you, tomorrow I'll tell you what you need to do and the 7 keys to effective prospecting. But I'll say this, you know, that is a wise quote I found by Jeb Blunt. It says, there is no easy button in sales. Prospecting is hard, emotionally draining work, and it is the price you have to pay to earn a high income, right? So there is no easy way out of it. It's hard work, right? It's emotionally draining, but you got to enjoy, depending on the emotion you have attached to it. Now, I must say this to you. There are 4 types of prospects you are ever going to meet. The first one, we call them the ace. The second people, we call them the link. The third, we call them the loop. And the last, we call them the fling, right? That's my coinage. The A's are the people with big deals and influencers. They are the people that one deal with them can give you 40,000 people. So imagine if you pitch something to a governor of a state, right, that can serve 1 million people in a state, and you were the one who got the deal. So a governor is an A's. The MD of a company is a typical A's, right? People whose decision can affect an entire group of people. The senior pastor of a church, the senior imam, those are A's, right? People have a lot of people under them, and the people trust them enough that whatever they say, they move people in a particular direction. But you also have the people we call the link. You need to be able to identify the four of them. The link are connectors and know who needs words. They have their ears to the market. They know who needs what. You need to spot them. They may not buy directly from you, but they know someone who needs what you're selling. You need to treat all of them right. Then you have the third category called the loop. The loop needs help like discount or payment plan, right? He loves the product. He wants to buy it, but he's saying, can I pay in 3 installments, right? Never. The rule is never lose any money. Repeat after me. Never lose any money. Never lose any money. The product is 100K. He says to you, I would really, really love to have this, but all I have is 50K. Please, can I have it? Trust me, if you can, collect that 50K. Or you can say, okay, you can drop your 50K. Can you pay the rest over at your convenience? Right? Some of them may default. It's a risk, but it's something, a risk you're willing to take. Those are loops. You need to offer them discounts or payment plan. But you have the final group, which is the fling. Fling, like the way is one-off, right? They're just going to do one-off, but still treat them right, because somehow they are always like night stand. You might find them somewhere else. Permit the use of my word. That's the sector I operate in. You might find them somewhere else later, but ensure that you give them excellent treatment that they won't get anywhere. Tomorrow when I come, I will begin to teach you what you need to do, 9 things you need to do in effective prospecting. I hope you learned something today. I've taught you about the 4 types of prospect: the A's, the link, the loop, the fling. I've defined what prospecting is. I've told you the 7 basic things you need to understand about prospecting, and I've told you why you need to prospect. So go ahead, make that call today. Go ahead, treat the next person right. Okay, treat them right, give that gift, do something new for that person, and edge yourself in a place in their heart, so that when you have made enough deposit that when it's time to make withdrawal, they will gladly give you what you are asking for. I want to believe that this has helped you, and I know I'm going to see you tomorrow, God's willing. Please listen to this over and over again. I'm going to put it on my Instagram handle. It's also on my YouTube page, right? You have no excuse this year not to score your goals. And like I said, you need to be in class with me next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Don't miss it for anything. It's an 80K class. Talk to me if you don't have up to that, and let me see how I can help you attend that course. Trust me, it's going to change your life totally. I know a lot of people have gone through the course, and I know the result they are getting already. So you don't want to miss it. Tell someone that, do you want to change your life this year and create your next 10 years? Goal scoring is the place to be next week. It's virtual. You don't have to leave your room to come to class with me. And trust me, your life is going to be totally transformed. I hope this has been helpful. I want to believe someone is asking, is it a physical class? It's not physical, it's virtual. So you can join anywhere you are. Just slide into my DM and talk to me. It's an 80K class, but I'll gladly give you some discounts that can help you if it will help you attend. I really, really want you to transform your life, and that's why I want you to be in that class. So I'll see you tomorrow as I conclude on prospecting. Have a fantastic day and enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.
Joe boy one day, go to my bed, to my get to go my little bed, body on check.